Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I have the earphones in today because I'm in an office that has a little bit of music in the background. I remember last time I was here, somebody had said, "Oh my God, the music in the background's so loud," which actually is a real credit to Apple because, or maybe just a real discredit to myself because maybe my hearing is gone forever. Hey, Ian. But so I hear the music and it's not like super loud, like I could still function, but it seemed like it was loud enough to whomever that I was like, you know what, let me just put some AirPods in. No big deal. Anyways, so what is going on today? I kind of get lost in like the updates because we're in this like blackout period per se, in which case every day is just doing the same thing and getting further along the path. So let's see. Oh, so first, the numbers in the email this morning, if anyone noticed, the average dropped from 17 down to, I think it was like 1490 or 1470, something like that. And it was one individual. There was one $500 a week left, and that individual moved his from 500 a week to 25 a week. And on a base of only 349 individuals, it's a meaningful drop. So I don't want anyone to think, oh my God, the numbers, look at this mass exodus. It was one person. And in fact, that one person's in for over 8,000 in terms of $500 a week transactions. And I haven't spoken to him in a while, so maybe I will, but it's never going to be on the premise of, hey, I saw your plan move down. Why is that? Because everyone's business is their business, right? So just a little bit to share with you. Also, we got 2 new Rhino welts yesterday, which is pretty cool because it's another one of our $5 a week plans that we're working on. Because we did develop an algorithm that is really quite good. So we've identified 2 trades so far in the last month. One is a 145% gain in 2 days. One is a 30% gain in 1 day. So people, they like that, which is cool. So we actually go ahead and identify the opportunity, offer what we would do, because again, you can't make a recommendation. That is illegal. We're not a licensed financial advisor. So we just share that our research suggests if you were to do this, it might be a good idea. And we have another one coming up tomorrow, actually. So you know what, let me just put that in the chat. So rhinowelt.us. So if you want, check it out. It's the first 14 days are free, and then after that's $5 a week thereafter, which is pretty cool. So if you were so inclined to say, let me just see how this one works out, you totally could free of charge, right? You're not going to get charged for 14 days. And then, like I said, it's just $5. Now, again, when we say numbers like 2 people joined, is that a big number? No, it doesn't. That's, again, you could always look at things in 2 separate prisms. Oh, all right, we got 2 new members. Great, we got 2 new members. But that's not really a large number. Or where did the 2 members come from? They came from RHINOHUB, meaning the whole foundation of RHINOHUB is a very simple calculation. What does it cost us to acquire a new member, and what will that new member be worth per week? So when you see a number like $5 come out of RHINOHUB, well, now you take notice because, again, we're only projecting that each member of RHINOHUB is $2, $2.20 a week. If an individual purchased Rhino Wealth, they're already $5 a week, which means they're already double our expectations, which means somebody else could be worth 0, and the 0 plus the 5 divided by 2 still equals over 220. So we have 13 members of RHINOHUB that are in Rhino Wealth. Of 130 members, 13 comes out to, I don't know, 1/11th or something, right? So not a large number, but we haven't promoted Rhino Wealth. They're just seeing it and getting into it, so they're doing it on their own. More so than that, we have 2 people in Rhino Email, which is just $1 a week, but we haven't promoted Rhino Email. They just saw it. In fact, prompt engineering, we don't even have a single person in. In fact, that's the one I think is probably the most valuable, but it's because we haven't promoted any of it. So when you see things like that, it just goes back to the proof of concept. Can we create something that's free where individuals like who we are and then migrate into the premium paying offers? And so far, the answer is yes. Now, as it pertains to RHINOHUB, again, all things are just moving as they move. We're on day, I think, 14 or 15, something like that. Originally, it was going to be 3 weeks. It still will be 3 weeks, but it's actually going to take me 4 weeks to do it in real time. So I won't be completed with RHINOHUB till the end of next week, in which case next week is going to be a prep for the certification examination that I'm going to take. And then, God willing, I'm going to pass it. And then we can go ahead and show that RHINOHUB brought someone such as myself, who had no knowledge of anything design-oriented in Salesforce, to passing the certification, in which case I'm going to take that certification and then go to the job boards and apply for positions. And I'm also going to create an agency and then offer out my services. And I believe after a week, that's going to show a really good case study that, wow, because I got this certification, I was offered 11 different positions with an average of 110,000 a year, or I was able to create an agency and have 16 different clients looking for my services and willing to pay an average of $97 an hour, whatever. Because if I could show that, right? Like if I can do that, well, that's the holy grail. There's nothing else after that, right? Like if you can show that, then you win. Everyone will then be like, oh my God, wow, that's like, how do I get in? And when the answer is, can we get a link for Rhino Wealth and Cartridge to promote as well? Yeah, Ian, actually, I don't think there's a link for it, but I'll make one. It's not a problem. But yeah, thank you for asking. So if we're able to show that, oh man, how can I get in? Well, it's free. Free? What do you mean? You just brought somebody from zero to hero. You have like 25 different offers of all this different money in an economy that's really very, very hard on people. Yeah, it's free. And of course, we'll give the reasons, but once someone's in, then we hope that they're like, wow, this is really great. We're doing well. Let's expand. And by the way, when I say let's hope, hope is not a strategy. Like when I say hope, I don't really mean hope. And it's not that I'm lying. It's just a shorter version of saying like we're going to try stuff and see what works, right? So I guess we're hoping we get a solution sooner or later. But once they're in, and I don't mean to say like once they're in, oh, we got them. No, but like once they're intrigued with who we are and they're willing to learn more, and we are right there to, share who we are, then we have the other platforms that are a good, are a good value proposition, I guess is what I'm looking to say. Right? Oh, hey, you like this? Let me show you this, or let me show you this. And of course, all of that's going to be in the emails really, really quite strategically. So if, for instance, day 7, we're talking about something, we're going to put something in the day 7 email that is congruent. We're going to have new programs that we don't even know yet that will come of existence because it will be a good idea. Oh my God, they're learning this day 15. How about we do this because we believe that they'll like to purchase that, right? But actually, what I wanted to show you yesterday, I'm going to show you today. And only because one of my dearest friends is on this live and I sent it to her. It was like an early birthday present, which, by the way, I promised I wasn't going to sing happy birthday to her yesterday. So I'm not. And I didn't even mention her birthday, but one of my dearest people is on here. And happy birthday. Love you to death. But I did email her in time to say happy birthday. So, haha. But I don't want to embarrass her. Anyway. So I sent it over to her Friday because she absolutely adores just reading long stuff. In fact, she's actually the only person that's like, Anthony, you need to do hour-long lives. I miss the hour-long lives. And I say, well, you're the only one. Everyone wants like 10-minute lives. And she's like, well, then do 10 minutes and say goodbye and then do the hour. In which case, then it becomes a time constraint, right? So I do 20, 25 minutes and hope I could thread that needle. But it just happened to be right place, right time. And I had sent her an email copying and pasting our Slack chat, with the actual team, the heads of each department. Because what I was trying to share, which I'm going to share with you now, is the bot that we're creating within RHINOHUB is seriously so super duper duper. Like everything that I'm talking about, let's hope this, or we'll find the strategy for that, and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't even, we're putting it all and turning a bot into like an actual person. Now, again, when people talk about AI, everyone's kind of like, they think they're geniuses. They, oh, it's AI, I have AI. Well, yeah, great, you have AI, everyone has AI. but can you train it, right? Like that's the point of AI. AI only stands for artificial intelligence. The versions you get are like the templated ones, like here's artificial intelligence. The point of artificial intelligence is the fact that it's artificially intelligent. It has the intelligence to learn, but you have to teach it. And then when you teach it, it's able to learn upon what it's been taught. So to go ahead and turn, say, a chatbot into an expert salesman, although possible, takes a lot of teaching. So we're on a 4 to 6 week mission to go ahead and do so. So let me see if I can pull it up. I don't want to share too much of my conversation with our team. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, so I can do a share screen. All right, let me just move this around, hide floating, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So teaching this chatbot to be RHINO Salesman of the Year is going to be equally challenging as is exciting and rewarding. This is going to be a 3 to 4 week project at best. I am praying to keep within that time frame. I will spend a few hours a day on this. The process being I will filter and feed you, and you will filter and feed the bot. We will have to collaborate fairly regularly to accept the progress being correct or incorrect, because with AI, by its nature, it self-teaches. So if we aren't super on it, then we end up building a house on quicksand. I think we have to start by creating a training data set with conversations that have been labeled with the precursor feelings. This data set would be used to train a machine learning algorithm that would be used to detect these feelings in incoming conversations. Then we would use various machine learning algorithms such as recurrent neural networks, convolution neural networks, long short-term memory networks, support vector machines, decision trees, and random forests be used to identify linguistic patterns indicative of risk-taking, impulsivity, optimist, analytical, self-confidence, gambling, to be our precursor to RHINO Wealth, for instance. Then create a library of responses that the chatbot can use when detecting certain precursor feelings. Then use reinforcement learning techniques to fine-tune the chatbot's response and teach it to recognize the precursor feelings more accurately. Finally, gotta A/B test different scenarios. For instance, how would we identify the opportunity to ask any of the following questions and then apply the answers to a follow-up that would lead to identifying the correct recommendation at the correct time with the correct call to action, the correct amount of nudging? Like a risk taker. Well, trying a new sport, taking a spontaneous road trip, trying a new restaurant, betting on a long shot stock, investing in a startup business, trying an extreme outdoor activity, blah, blah, blah. Analytical, doing research on a stock before investing, analyze the data before making a decision. Self-confident, trying a new activity despite the fear of failure, taking a risk despite the potential for loss, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, I promised to finally get something to you, and I knew it wouldn't be a 5-minute thing. See how this sits with you, and we'll follow up on Monday's call, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let me go ahead and get out of this. So that was the kind of like the introduction to for the team to start coding the spot. And what you can gather from that is, A, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of hours. But when it's completed, anybody that goes to RHINOHUB is going to be in a very good position that not only are they there for a real reason, not only is that real reason already been proven, not only is that provable reason working with them every single day, not only is every day working on not only the goal that you have together, but a complement of lifestyle changes and free offerings and services to complete it. Not only is that curriculum going to be embedded in very, very, I don't want to say disguise. Disguise sounds like a bad connotation, but very comparable value propositions, premium offerings are we going to offer at the right place at right time with the person's journey. But on top of, and in the emails and personally offering and blah, blah, blah. But on top of all of that, there is a chatbot that's going to be in there that is going to be everyone's best friend. In fact, that chatbot, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if I want to do the work for the chatbot to remember who you are and, hey, Kim, how was lunch yesterday, right? I think that's probably a 2 or 3.0 thing. But the point being that chatbot's going to be everyone's best friend in the sense that they're there for you. And within those conversations, very unbeknownst to you, is the chatbot actually calculating the precursors of the dialect and finding the ability to make recommendations. Now, if you put all of that together, is that person going to be worth $2 a week? And if the answer is yes, well, that's the holy grail. If the answer is yes, and it costs less than $1 a week it costs less than $1 to acquire a customer, and the customer is worth $2 a week, then you're profiting 200% week on week compounded, which means you're reinvesting in it. More so than that, it means when you go ahead and offer agency out to anyone, it's an automatic profit stream. It's in fact, we're going to put 10 people in it automatically. Like, here's a profitable endeavor. And the reason being because everything that they do all leads back to RHINO bucks. Again, we do not mind paying everyone in the world. We do not mind doing everything for everyone. The point is we just want them in RHINO bucks. And I believe we've kind of figured it out. So again, this is kind of like a State of the Union call showing you where we are and where we need to go. But like I said yesterday, we're not at problem solving. Like there'll always be problem solving along the way, but right now we're kind of just at labor. So that's why at the beginning of the call, I'm like, well, what new updates are there? It's just we're just working more and more and more. So that's kind of it for today. So let me run. Let me get back to this whole working thing. It's a ton of fun, let me tell you, and absolutely adore and I love everyone. And I think that's it, right? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.